that. So we'll remove our current mapping and add our new mapping. And so now when I ping .1, I should be getting my local and oops. I may not be getting a response from the virtual router interface, so let's ping the remote host. And so I'm not able to route to the gateway of the remote VTEP, but the hosts are reachable. So basically what we've done is we've taken the gateway off of these two switches, and the host here is now able to route across to this host, but is not able to communicate directly to the gateways on these VTEPs. And we can talk about how virtual those virtual addresses work, but I don't even need a local gateway in order for the tenants or the hosts participating in that network to be able to talk to each other. So anyway, just kind of showing where we're disconnecting. On one side, it's VLAN 489. On the other side, it's VLAN 12. And we're still learning that remote MAC address. And if I do a VXLAN address table for that address, it tells me again which VTEP it's connected to. And the VLAN is locally significant.
Okay.
Okay, so this, what I was going to say is we can spin up a lab for you that goes through each one of these. There's kind of walkthrough guides on configuring VXLAN, configuring EVPN, configuring MWAG, and talking through the different options. And so we can spin this up. I can hand it over to you. You can run through it at your leisure and mock up. If you'd like to kind of mock up your own environment, I think there's probably ways we can do that too. But this would allow you to do a little more investigation on your own, if that's interesting to you.
Yeah. For example, for EVPN, do I need also a reflect, right? A route reflector for this address family? Or
what we typically do for EVPN is we run an underlay routing protocol, and I think in this example we're doing BGP, and then that routing protocol advertises the loopbacks of all of these guys, and then we peer from each of the leafs to the spines on that loopback, again with BGP, and so the spines effectively become the route reflectors.
Okay.
If you are scaling to much larger sizes, you might have dedicated route reflectors, but I can also send you our EVPN deployment guide that talks through exactly what I just described, creating a leaf spine topology and using the spines as the control point for EVPN.
Okay. Great. And about performance, I don't know what is the traffic, maximum traffic that I support, but because as I see the traffic is, you are only adding the header and send it to the remote leaf.
Yes.
It is
So
not like a totally like a L2 TP or L2.
Nope. This is a hardware NCAP decap of a header. So the quick answer is line rate. The longer answer is I'm going to get published test results for various frame sizing to you, because I think as the frame sizes are very small, were not quite line rate. So I need to get back to you on that.
Yeah, I would like to know at what frame size we're closing to the 100G rate.
Yep. No problem.
What else? What else? About transparency, you told me that you're not supporting anything of L2CP or some kind of Q and Q for tagging or something like that, right?
Yeah, I know we've done some L2CP work, but mostly on the MPLS side, and that's an open question to our internal guys. I don't know off the top of my head. Mostly, I see layer 2 control protocols being trapped or suppressed rather than being forwarded across VXLAN. So I need to get back to you on that as well.
Yeah, because what we like is keep hiding from the customer's perspective. We don't want to run spanning tree or
right.
LLDP or any stuff like that with the customer. This is like a
Right.
protection also for us, how to protect us the service in order to avoid an issue coming from a customer to will affect our network.
Yes. So I just want to make sure that I understand this. You want to know, number one, how to protect from a customer layer 2 spanning tree and LDP and all of those things where you can be transparent to the customer. And then secondarily, and I may be wrong, but in some cases you may want to be able for the customer to be able to see LLDP across your network between their remote locations. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So what protocols are able to transport over VXLAN? Okay. So I need to answer both of those things. And in most cases that I've seen, and I'm not, I don't do really any work on the service provider side. So I don't know that off the top of my head. All of my customers are more data center, single tenant focused. So I don't run into that myself. So these are areas where I need to go get more detail for you.
Oh, great. Okay, the MAC address rectification protection. Okay, it's great. And also for us as we're gonna if these things that we're seeing now will match with a customer requirement, and if we start to deploying these kind of services in network, what should be your recommendation for us to start being a way to be scale in order to working in one way, and this kind of way will continue using no matter how many service we have. If we could do it statically or by VPN or I don't know.
Oh, I see. So I mean, I see a lot of complexity in EVPN and CVX. So it's kind of a, as you like it, kind of back to you. Static is easy, but as you change things, if we go back to that drawing where we had 3 sites, A needs to talk to B and C, B needs to talk to A and C, C needs to talk to A, et cetera. Right. But when you have more sites and then you add another one, making sure that all of the other sites get updated to include those VTEPs can get cumbersome to keep up to date. So depending on the number of sites, how often you change, and if you have good automation practices where you could just say, I'm going to add a new leaf, and you already have the playbook for how to touch all the existing devices and update them, then I think static flood lists are very easy. as you start scaling or as you have more